because I don't care what the Japanese said.
Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome to ESP Presents End of Love. I am your cameralist GM, Baba Yaga, and let's have the players introduce themselves. Let's start with Nick, because he's right above me.
Ooh.
And I'm going to be very sad this episode. Hi, I'm Follow My Blade. You can find me at Follow My Blade on Twitter. And like I said, sad times.
Why? Who is sad?
Reggie. I'm playing Reggie. Reggie's a big sad boy. He also airdrops swords on people and splits Glyza in half. It happened. It was cool. Some of y'all were there.
And Steph.
Hi, I am Steph. I am playing Aiden. Pronouns are she, her, and let's go.
Literally in time. Let's go. Stacy.
Hello, everybody. I have 19 different names. You'll hear me give a different one each and absolutely every single time. One of my names is Pope Uncommon the Dainty. I use 3 different sets of pronouns. One of them is be, bim, bows, bim, self, the bimbo pronouns. And I am playing tonight Maddalena di Filago, who is not a tamed crow. In fact, last week we learned what co was, co-comb pronouns. Co is a member of the Cune working for its ends. We'll find out how that works as love ends tonight.
Well, I mean, it could. Like, kind of love ended last time with what Maddalena did to Combs' ex, but you know. Kennicott, or Alice.
That was her ex?
Yeah.
Sorry. Go.
That was the ex. Sorry, Alice.
Hi guys, my name is Alice. I use they them pronouns. Tonight I am playing Catacost, who uses he him pronouns. Continues to really just be here for a job. Don't know what everyone else is on about.
These are facts. And Sophia.
Hi, I'm Sophia. She, her pronouns, mostly they, them on occasion. I am playing Ruwen Soraya, who uses she and they pronouns roughly interchangeably. AKA sketch AKA underscore sketch like everywhere. And Ruwen is confused and just a gal, I guess, at this point. Really trying her best out here.
She's just a girl in the world. That's all that they'll let her be. Right.
I've had it up to here.
Yes, exactly. And we can't go more than that because that is very much copyright. Okay. Last time we were trying to have breakfast, and a bunch of stuff happened. Mostly catching up with Catacost and his walk around, learned some interesting information about servants disappearing. Had a conversation with a shifty fella that was not very good at being a spy. And then they talked about life and the grounds and the greenhouse. Aiden came down to breakfast smoking hot, gorgeous sir somehow. Maddalena and Ruwen, pick a pronunciation. Jesus. Ruwen. No.
It's supposed to be like the tree Rowan, but Ruwen.
Ruwen.
Yes.
Yep.
Cannot hear it without thinking about that goth song about my name is Ruin.
I haven't been here in a while. Is Mikkel's still dead?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Mikkel, his body has been removed to where, unfortunately, all of the deceased people are being held until they can be buried by a layperson of the Chantry. But yeah, so we have breakfast time. Madalena and Ruin are just kind of about to enter the breakfast room, which is where Reggie is as well. Reggie's kind of in a corner and nobody's noticed him because he's not loud. He's kind of sad boy moment.
I'm 8 feet tall. How does no one notice me?
You're sitting down, sir.
Okay, so now I'm 6 feet tall.
But no, I mean, like, people have noticed you, but it's not like, you know, it would probably do some second looks to see, like, is that Reggie? And yeah, at this point, Catacos, after kind of roaming around, you've returned back to the house as well. So we're kind of all in this area, either in the breakfast or the dining hall or just outside of it. When a frantic maid comes up to you, Madalena, and says, "Oh, excuse me. I believe this note is for you." And she hands you a note, and she says, "Your friend was doing poorly. But yeah, she gave this to me to give to you, right, Madalena? You're the attaché, right?"
Madame was doing poorly.
Yeah, you look at the note and it has your name on it, and it looks like Pivon's writing, but just kind of messed up. Yeah.
Oh my. I open it. What does it say?
Yeah, it just says that she is going to get emergency medical help, and that she wants you to stay here and take care of her wife for her. And that she's left all of her stuff. So if you could also just, pack that up when the party's over, that would be great.
Using magic to cure the ills of magic hardly seems well. helpful.
Am I still there? Am I still with Madalena?
Yeah, like she approaches both of you as you're about to go in.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes you do have to fight fire with fire. So some forestry friends have told me.
I do not believe that fighting a dangerous thing with more dangerous things reduces the amount of danger in the world. Am I mistaken? Was there a demon that could have prevented the demon who was here just last night from
the specific cases
doing what it did?
I mean, entirely possible. But that would be a very specific case. I highly doubt that we have time for this kind of philosophical argument.
And as you guys are kind of going over like the kind of demon and the response and everything, Catacos walks up with like a sprinkling of morning dew. Like, when you go out for a walk in the morning. Yeah.
Really quickly, I'm just going to roll my connect the dots.
Yes. Yeah. Any beginning of session stuff, please roll.
9, I hold 1.
Yep.
Well, it appears that... Hello, Catacos. That I have some mining to do.
Oh, was I interrupting something?
Not exactly.
It appears that I am an unfettered agent now.
Well...
And we'll hand the letter to Catacos.
Well, that seems a little too bad for your boss then, but worse things than making money.
Yes, well, I will be happier for her to not be around, in some sense.
I can imagine. Watching out
Took
for
the morning
safety.
air. That last was to Catacot.
I was outside for a bit, yes. I have a horse to attend to myself that no one else does. So
Yes. I was out there earlier myself. The greenhouse, the cold house. There was something missing.
well, that's too bad. I hope whatever you're lost turns up soon. Seems an awful lot of things have.
For speed, Jagermeister, which body was missing? Is it Michelle?
Yes.
Yes, well, I hope Michelle's corpse does turn up soon, and with any information that might be useful still on it. The trail petered out about the time it hit the grass.
Are you insinuating something?
Me? Never. Madalena does not insinuate.
All right. Well, breakfast is before you. There's 2 tables that are laid out. They're bigger than what they appear on the map, just because they're going to be serving like 10 or 12 per table. But yeah, big old spread that's buffet style. Aiden is sitting at one table, and Reggie is kind of sitting further back at another. And there's a bunch of party guests. What do you guys, are you going to do a huddle at a table, like powwow over breakfast? Are you going to try talking with some of the guests to see maybe if other things have been happening? I mentioned last session that this is a mixture with people that you recognize from yesterday and also people that you don't. There's like guests from another wing of the house.
Catacos had already eaten
Madalena's
this.
Go ahead.
Catacos had already eaten this morning, so even if he does take a seat, he's mostly going to be keeping an eye on not necessarily the nobles themselves, but the people serving them, their own staff.
Yeah, and it is mostly like their own personal staff that's in here. That's like running and fetching the plates for them, and you can see other like house staff is they're bringing the dishes in to replace and everything. But yeah, you'll keep an eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
Madalena?
I was going to say Madalena is hanging back to see what the others do. And also eyeing the food, hoping that there's something particularly delicious. Something with olives, perhaps. Co's craving olives.
I'll roll for it. What are Aiden, Rywan, and Reggie doing?
Breathing.
I don't know. Is this the first time that we have like the entire party at the same table?
Yeah, pretty much.
Aiden I hadn't gotten to see Aiden last time. What is the... Do I notice any dealio there? Because you had some wacko description time.
I mean, she's hot. She looks confident.
Okay.
I mean, Steph, do you want to elaborate on that for what Aiden looks like sitting there?
Aiden is just kind of picking at her food. seems probably a little more lost in her thoughts than what she usually she's pretty like aware of everything around her. She looks a little more lost in her thoughts this morning, but with like a consistent smirk on her face.
Okay. Rouen is going to sit down at her place. I've got some news for all of you, if and when you're able to hear it. We have a couple situations on our hands, and I do believe it's best if we begin to show our hands.
By the way, Reggie, you can hear all of this. Not because it's like super quiet or anything in the room, just because you're used to battles and picking out your sounds and focusing where you need to focus. So it's kind of like in the lunchroom as a kid, like if your crush was sitting there talking, you could hear them talking from across the room type of vibes. So yeah, you can hear everything that they're saying.
I am not paying attention to anything they're saying.
Aw.
And when Ruin says, show our hands, Madalena will just hold up empty, bare hands and just kind of be like, my hands? Quite silently, just holding them up, being like, hey, these are my hands.
Hard playing term, metaphor.
Oh. Is metaphor they have a thing they have in Orlesian that they do not have in Antivan?
It just gives you that kind of stare.
I'm game.
You do appear to be game. Should we start with your hands?
Oh. Well, here they are.
Well, because... please.
What are you wanting to know?
Your hands look quite lovely. Did you have a manicure, perhaps?
Maybe.
Tell us about your nights, perhaps.
Oh, the night was unimportant. However, I did notice something strange about the greenhouse. The magistrate. Anyone else?
I think that's enough for Rouen to try to make an investigate or read a bad situation. Not that she needs much precisely, but someone saying, what was your night? Oh, unimportant. And dodging every question after saying, oh yeah, I'm game to show all of our hands. Like, there's something weird going on here.
I mean, also the greenhouse. I mean, if Ruin is doing it, then Madalena would like to do it as well.
So suspicious. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'm literally the one that has made this entire conspiracy board.
There is one character in this group that Madalena is not suspicious of, and that is very specifically an in-group thing. Like, one person is categorically not suspicious to Madalena.
11.
Really investigate a mystery. Oof.
Would this be investigate a mystery or read a bad situation?
I would say it would be more investigate a mystery than read a bad situation.
Got it.
You can keep the roll though.
Aye. 2 questions. What is being concealed here? I don't want the whole story because that would be far too much for narrative purposes, but like A little hint would be lovely.
I mean, I could say something has definitely changed.
Okay.
But that could also be said of just about everyone except for Catacost. Catacost is just here doing his job.
I rolled a miss, so I guess I reveal some information to Aiden that is not under my control, I suppose.
No.
I think either
I think-
Baba Yaga or you get to ask me a question, I think, is what the rules say.
Yeah, the keeper might ask you some questions. I think that I'm going to DM you, and then y'all can DM for a second the answer, because it's a juicy one.
What
The
happened
Gideon has to
here
say.
is the next question.
What happened where specifically? At the-
What is being concealed here? Something weird happened. The next question that's on the list of the investigative mystery is what happened here. What happened? What is again maybe vague, but like
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to answer that. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at different things and lost what here was, what our noun was. So yeah, it's hard to say. Like it's really difficult to say. Something changed. Nothing happened last night, and they went to the greenhouse, or they saw something was interesting with the greenhouse and the Magister. Based off of the information that you have and from looking, something definitely like it's just like no, she's lying. They're just lying, and you can't really tell what that is, just because there are so many different things. Like it's kind of the it's the conspiracy meme. Your head's just like, oh man, it could be this, it could be this, it could be poison, it could be mind control, like all the different possibilities at this point.
Got it.
So sorry. If you want to ask a different question instead.
Then, I mean, there's not a question based on that answer. There's not a question that I think in the list that would be askable in this moment that would also give me a better answer.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, it's a-okay. This kind of thing happens.
Yeah, so sent that DM off, which is just fabulous.
May have confirmed something for me above table. Not for Madalena, for me, the player.
Yep. Catacost. So you're watching all of this kind of play out and leaning back, and I'm sure your ears perk up when Aiden mentions the greenhouse, because you were just having a discussion about that. And you also notice like a person come in and set their, like a house staff come in, set the tray of food down that they're holding, and then like look at you and look at Reggie and look back at you, and kind of like like just the body language of it says like they want him, some like there's something about him that they want, And you see as like they put the tray down, they have this little micro expression, and it's somebody that you recognize from breakfast earlier too.
Mhm.
Sorry. And then they go and step out in kind of like the antechamber where all of like the booze and kind of like the butler's pantry, the prep area before the food goes into the dining. You can see them kind of like standing there in the hall.
Could I kind of decipher what they were trying to?
Yeah, it looks like they want to talk to you and Reggie.
All right. Yeah, Catacos would just kind of slide out of his seat. Tap Reggie on the shoulder.
I look over. What do you need?
You look like shit. Let's get out of here.
Fine. I didn't like this place much anyway.
Think anyone with the right mind does.
There's
But
nothing
maybe this
right
could be-
about mine or this place.
Yeah, but maybe this could be fun for you.
What could be fun at this point?
I don't know.
These are just two big boys walking, and one of them is a giant 5-year-old sulking and like kicking the ground. The servant kind of like can't really pull you aside because you guys you're like 3 times the size of this like slight little human. But they like try to pull you aside a little bit. Go, I just thought you should know, that bloke's body, the one that you and it's not there anymore. It's just gone. Like we had a guard out, and all of the staff is saying that it's haunted. That it's haunt. Like it. Are there ghosts? You're the best voyeurs I know. Have you ever fought ghosts?
What do you mean the body's gone?
It was in the cold house, and we put it there, and like there was supposed to be a doctor that was going to come and like prepare the bodies for the chantry, and Magister came down there and did his thing, and then when we
Shut
went
up.
back later,
Did they move the body, or is the body alive? Answer. Simple words. Go.
he was dead last I saw him, and I don't know. He's gone now.
Who's responsible for the body?
Well,
I walk up very closely to this servant, and then I look down at him, and I just exhale hard enough to make his hair blow out.
like a horse.
Like a dragon.
A dragon, yes, of course. That's far more noble. Yeah, like you could hear his stomach turn. Like
Sorry, I had to.
it's like the audible of someone's stomach flipping, and then gulp, and it's like, well, we don't know. There was a doctor that came, and then there was a magister that came, and then and after that the guards got switched out, and when the next guard
Put my
came
hands
in,
underneath his armpits and lift him up so he's looking at me at eye level.
not good
Calm down.
uppies.
Take a deep breath, and then tell me who's responsible. If you don't know, then tell me who might. Otherwise, you're useless to me. And you know what I do with useless things. Don't you?
Yeah. The legend of Reginald Scarborough is growing by the day. Yeah, they cower, like, and like the only ones I know that were there for sure was Cliff, who was supposed to be guarding, and he did, and the body was there, and then he went off duty, and the Magister came, and then the next. So the Magister, was it the Magister? It can't. Like, it's even accusing the Magister, like, that's terrifying for this person. But it's
Deep breath. Let me hear it. Inhale.
He can't hold it long enough. It's just, this person is terrified of you.
They should be. But I need them to cooperate. So, one more time. Slowly in. Slowly out.
It also might help if you put them down.
You're right. Sorry. I gently let him down.
Yeah,
Ever so.
there's another deep inhale and exhale. He's like, the only Cliff didn't do it. He's terrified of dead bodies. He hates it when he gets put. But and then the next guy, Steve, was not. His name's not Steve. We just call him that to be assholes. He wasn't even. Michael was gone. Michelle was gone by the time that he arrived on his post. So either the Magister did or somebody who came after the Magister.
Tell me about this Magister. Look,
At this point,
I can sense your fear. Do you think I'd lose in a fight to this Magister?
this poor little guy makes eyes with Catacost and like the pleading, help me.
Catacost is not going to help you.
Yeah, but Reggie, you really think that a servant's gonna know the difference between what the 40 Magisters and Teventer? Even more in the
Did you know
seats?
the name?
Probably
Name,
not.
Address, description? Someone who could tell me?
Was a Magister on as an actual guest, or is this kind of?
There was a Magister that was a guest that was with y'all's group on the first day that kind of didn't really do much, just socialized. Old man. This is something you might want to talk with the party members about.
Does the servant say this to us, or do we already know this?
No, the servant does say, no, but I know that one right over there, and points to Aiden. She was out peeping on the gardens last night, so she might know something. And when they point, and kind of everybody reflexively books it, it's taken off in the other direction. And is still calling over their shoulder, but just completely is leaving because they're just terrified. They're terrified and are done. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One last thing before I let you go. Other than me, what are you afraid of? I sense something.
He's gone, Reggie.
Yep, he's gone.
That is a very silent dust cloud I'm talking to.
It dissipates. And it makes you reflect on life and how fragile it
Somebody should
is.
clean this air a bit if there's leaving comedic style dust clouds with people when they run from me. I would never have my castle be that filthy.
See, what it really is they run so fast to get away from you that it actually burns the wood floor a little bit, so it's little specks of sawdust in the air from them running so fast from the friction.
I'll take it. Better standard. Anyway, so Aiden. Then.
So you might actually have some fun after all.
Which one is Aiden?
Short one.
Be more specific. You're all short.
You have maybe
close
5
enough?
inches on me.
So, as I was saying, playing,
That's out of character.
showing our
Good to know.
hands.
I was picturing you as maybe 6 feet.
No, he is 6 feet 7 and then has horns.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, cool. So I have a foot on you.
Can I hear
said
them?
with the horns.
Papriaka?
Yeah, you can
Fun
hear them.
pitch.
Okay.
Including the talking about, no, I'm taller. No, if you include the horns, I'm taller.
Yeah, including
Aiden
the
just-
horns, I still have half a foot on you. Okay, that's what I'm hearing.
Aiden just kind of like,
Did I mention I'm huge? Anyway,
Steph.
so short one by our
Are we
standards, my fellow towel friend.
can I help you? Would you like to walk a bit closer?
I was
Is it-
told you know things. My
What
voice
things?
carries. Does my voice not carry?
You look like you need a
Does my
drink.
voice not carry?
my tall friend.
Why do I have to walk so much closer?
Because you're a few feet away. I don't want to yell across the room.
What strange customs you people have here. Anyway,
It's
I
made
will
Magdalena will
acknowledge
just-
you.
Madalena will just hold up a flask in.
I just
in
start
Reggie's
stomping
direction.
forward, like reluctantly, towards Aiden. Okay, close enough.
Yes.
Good.
Thank
Now, I need to know things. I was told you know things. Please share.
I know a lot about things. What do you need to know?
The body.
The body? What
The one I
body?
cut in
The
you
one
were-
what?
We shared.
What?
the
body
body
that
that
we
I
shared.
cut in half in front of everyone here.
Yes.
It's gone.
Oh,
Yes.
surprise.
The blood
Shock.
trail petered out when it reached the grass.
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't notice the entrails coming, like, sliding down along the side of it before the legs
Oh
fell
no,
to
I'm
the
saying
floor.
I'm saying that I've been wondering who took the body too.
Wait,
And
you
said
took
that
the
Aiden
body.
knows.
You took the
I've
body.
been wondering. Reggie, drink your artichoke and hands the flask. I am saying that I have also been wondering who took the body.
Oh, good. I'm not alone in this.
The booze that you drink, by the way, is artichoke liquor flavored with 13 herbs and spices, including a good dose of gentian.
Out of character, that sounds disgusting. In character, I love it.
It's out of character. It's my favorite booze. It's called Chinar. It's Italian.
I'm sorry.
In character is liquor.
Yes.
So you know, Aiden, who took the body?
No.
Is she lying?
I would know, Babiaga. I have that move.
No, she didn't move the body.
No,
Are you
she-
kidding?
no.
Oh, does she know?
I did not say I.
This is what
I
asking.
did not ask her if she moved the body. I asked if she knew.
No, that
Thank you.
no.
Okay.
Why would I know who moved the body?
The servants said so, and I believe the servants.
Oh.
Yeah, she's telling
Great.
the truth, Reggie.
The servants are talking about me. That's...
The
Still,
servants
Well,
talk
with the
about
smiling.
all.
Wait, you said they're dull?
No,
I
the
misheard you.
servants talk
Reggie,
about all.
open your ears.
No, Nick misheard them. sorry. And I just played,
Okay,
played
I'm
along that.
teasing.
Reggie misheard it too. Anyway, could just repeat what you said, please, Sophia.
The servants talk about all. Don't try to feel special about that.
Why would I?
Not
Are
referring
you
to
talking to me, Reggie?
yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say everybody talks about me. I'm a Scarsborough.
Also that.
Comes with the territory.
Maybe
We have
I
a
don't
lot of
need
that,
to
by the
add
way.
more booze into this conversation.
Well, had until Mikhail showed up,
Yes.
and I need to know where Mikhail's body is.
Look, we may have more pressing concerns. The things may be related. The machine that my family brought in is going to tear the plains a new asshole and bring chaos in if we can't figure out a way to stop it or contain it.
Oh, great. We have 2 sources of impending chaos. Thanks, Mikkel, and whoever your enemy is.
Aiden, based on the thing that I just sent you, you would probably notice that Madalena gets very uncomfortable with that statement. It may not be noticeable to the others, but Aiden would probably notice it based on what I just sent you.
Okay.
Anyway, Ruin, was it? My enemy is dead. I just need to make sure they stay that way. Tell me more about yours. Because if I can't save my kingdom, then at least I'll help you.
Well, in this
I like you
small-
enough.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do feel honored, and all that. However, this might not be an enemy situation, and more of a, if we don't figure out where that machine is and what we can do about it, a lot of people are going to die.
So someone built a machine that's going to kill a lot of people. That sounds like an enemy to me.
Also, her
Well,
family.
we can consider, yes, yeah. And my sister rather buys into the whole business that using it for.
Your sister is helping potentially destroy the world.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Your father's in on it too.
Yeah.
And your dad.
Yes.
Wow, sounds like your family's shit. Do you want me to dispose of them in how many pieces?
It is unfortunate.
Preferably at least 7 each.
7 each.
Fair enough.
Oh, might as well just bisect them by the limbs and the head and then cut the torso in half. Honestly, that's a worse fate than I gave to Mikkel, and he literally destroyed my kingdom.
Oh my god.
I'm going to retract that statement. I'm just going to make them regular dead.
Aiden, you said you know much about many things. Do you know anything about anything that has been said so far? The location of Michel, if not who took him, this device that was built, perhaps its location or how to stop it?
No.
Are you telling the truth? Because I have a move that says I always know.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you know?
Not too much about this place, but life in general, a lot. But doesn't help here.
You are being quite dodgy.
Bollocks.
Reggie,
I'm used to being the dodgiest one in the room.
Wait, I'm dodgy? I'm sorry, I'm just
Dodgy.
scaring things again.
Reggie, please.
I knew Antivan Artichoke
Turn my
was
headphones
strong, but I did not know it was this strong, Reggie.
It's honestly good shit. I'm very surprised. Usually human wine is just really bad.
So, Ruin, do you have a plan of how to deal with your family?
well, father is rather dealt with, blinded by poison that he took.
But is he dead? Because dead men tell no tales nor build death machines.
He
And
is not dead. I would prefer it to keep it that way. He is currently completely incapacitated. He cannot help his...
And yet,
There are many.
At this point, he cannot help. His...
There are
Still
many no
speak,
longer
and
living
can he
that
still
we-
move his fingers?
Yes.
Then we need to change that if you want him to live. Because otherwise he might build a goddamn death machine.
I also walked
Frankly,
him and his.
It was his power of speech that led me
Gods?
to be able to know what
Is it
was
gods here? Is this a
Creator.
monotheistic culture? I'm not from here.
Yeah, it's creator.
There's a lot of
Creator.
cultures.
Maker.
Well-
Maker be damned. Yeah, sure, okay. Now I have the appropriate curse word for this place.
just... Well, it depends on who you ask. In any
frankly,
case,
Ruin, I fail to see how your desire for him to live plays into our calculations at all.
Pragmatically speaking, one man's life is not
Pragmatically-
worth the whole goddamn universe, as you put it.
Gee.
Pragmatically speaking, you are correct. If it comes down to it, and we must choose between his life and those of everyone here, it is with a heavy heart that I say, take the life, take the one in service of the many.
Oh, good, because I wasn't going to let you make that choice anyway.
But what about your sister?
Not a threat, just more of a...
Sister
close to the
is
situation,
more
kind
of a threat. I would recommend going after her and unfortunately kill on sight. She might be the one that is actually dangerous.
Oh, good, we have a target. Now we need a lead.
If it helps balm the complicated wounds of your soul, Ruin, if your sister is anything like my dead lover, she may no longer be your sister.
Honestly, I wouldn't claim anybody family member that's trying to destroy the whole goddamn universe, but that's just me. I have standards.
No, I am saying that my dead lover may not have been my dead lover when I was talking to him. He felt hollow, inhabited.
That is an extremely complicated situation, and I hate that for you.
Going back over the conversations that I had with her, Yaga, she seemed like herself, didn't she?
Yes. But even like herself jacked up to 11, even more confident, even more like just you're nothing. It was amplified would be a good word.
Would I recognize a similarity between that and Aiden right now?
You know, now that you think about it, there kind of is a similarity.
In what way was your lover not themselves? Madalena.
Well, there were details that Narciso did not remember. There were stories I included which were mostly true, that he thought were fully true. His reactions were not quite the same, and his heart. His heart was an oversized garment swam in by a runt.
Jesus Christ, that's poetic. Tell me more. I like hearing you talk.
We anti-events have a gift, what can I say?
You can say a lot,
But-
and I'm actually into it. Which is weird considering my current situation and all. But
If we survive, Reggie, perhaps
Silver
I will
linings.
regale you late into the night.
phrasing.
Alice, I think you had something you
Okay.
were trying to say.
Sorry, Alice.
Yeah, I was. Katakos just kind of looks at Ruin a little closer. So, where exactly is your father supposed to be?
Well, supposed to be in the room that he was in. Remind me the.
It was
'cause-
Pivon's room.
Yeah. Supposed
yeah.
to be in Pivon's room.
Yeah, I think you have some bigger problems on your hands because I watched him and your sister walk out last night. So I think your father might be a little bit more capable than you think he is.
So, is it time to just kill them all now?
Fortunately, it's entirely possible.
Good.
Should we search for them?
Where
Do you-
did you see them? What direction did you see them leave?
Walked out of the room and went out. I was keeping guard for my boss, so I'm not gonna leave post. And I figured if you were
Oh.
handling it, you'd know.
Hey, Yagameister. I have that move, Trust Your Gut, or whatever it's called. I'm trying to find my Forge tab. Could I roll that to see if I can make a guess as to where they are?
Da-da-da. Yeah, you can.
Alright, let me get back to that page. My computer is being slow. If you can roll that for me first,
Yeah.
before I get a chance to. I am trying to get to it right now. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Partial success.
If you tell me a
Well-
general direction where to go, I take +1 forward. Okay.
The funny thing about that is I already have it's in our chat. Because there was 3 locations that I gave.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
In the
So Ruin said that he was blind from the poison that he took. You know that they're kind of tinkerers and whatnot. So the alchemist lab is just downstairs and has a number of different reagents and supplies and everything that if you were trying to help somebody, you know, with some sort of poisoning, you could probably fuddle through making a potion down there if you knew what you were doing.
Can I spend one of my 4 hold to find out if there's any mention of the alchemist lab in the white hair notes?
Yeah. So yeah, the alchemist, the only note that you have on it, it's actually it's a series, but one like back and forth where you can tell that these people are basically watching that section of the house, and reporting on what the movements of people and etc. Very basic spy stuff. And in the notes, it mentions how there's 2 noble ladies that walk in. One is Lady Emelena, the other one is unknown. Lady Emelena comes out. Hours later, a servant is like bringing food in. The servant doesn't come out. Hours later, the servant comes out, looking just really messed up, doesn't talk to anybody. And then hours after that, the other woman comes out. And like it's just like this kind of like weird pattern where they're not doing that every day, but it's consistent enough to where, you know, she's spent probably 40 to 50 hours in the last 2 weeks in this alchemist lab, whoever this mystery woman is, which from the descriptions that are written down, you're like, oh, that's Ruin's sister. I've seen her. I know her. Okay.
Always the same servant or different servant?
Different servants. Different servants every time.
I believe that we might find our slaughterhouse in a lab that I can lead us to. And Ruin, I will say that it appears she has been there quite often, if our friends can be believed.
That would make sense.
Do these make sense as well? And she'll pull out the glass vials that she took, or that Ko took from Narciso's body, and throw them on the table in front of Ruin.
Wait,
Do
I
I-
thought that really hot demon that I like kicked into a wall was Catacross?
No, this is off of a different body.
How many vials do you people have? Jeez. Out of character.
So many.
I do find Orlais quite vile.
Right?
Good grief. Anyway,
Uh,
sorry.
these are vials that Madalena took off of Narciso, her core X. That is an XXX now. Well, no, not no. But yeah, is unalived, spectacularly.
And there were things done to
On a
him that
scale of 1
ruined
to
his
Mikhail, how
fitness too.
spectacularly?
Oh, Reggie would be impressed.
Nice.
There's poetry and brutality, so like Reggie would be impressed.
Nick, I'll see if I can find the poetry real quick and send it to you because I was proud of myself.
Please do.
Do I recognize these vials at all?
Yes.
I was about to ask if I recognize the vials at all.
I mean, go through them in front of you, Ruin, thinking that you could help. So
Yeah.
Ruin, it doesn't look. It looks kind of similar, but it doesn't look like it's the same type of bottle that you have seen. Catacos, this also looks familiar to you.
Mm-hmm. Same one from the dagger handle.
Yep.
I'm starting to recognize what I think maybe is happening. Can I pull
The
some-
Yaga. They look exactly like the vials that.
Yes.
Okay. Can I see one of those? The vials.
No.
I was just
Yeah,
checking
I'm
to
not-
see if I recognize it, but I do think
They're
that
not-
I do recognize them. Do you know what they are?
Have a minor suspicion. I don't know exactly what they are.
What's your suspicion?
Is it? So I have seen these. Hold on. I might have just messed things up a little bit.
There's a lot of skullduggery going on. You're valid.
There's so much. I have an entire conspiracy board, and I am fully not. Yaga, how
These are not.
directly do I recognize these vials, if at all?
These are a different shaped vial than what you have seen.
Okay.
With like hardly anything in them. Like they're emptied. Like these aren't full vial. But the bit is left inside. Like there's always like a trace amount, right? Looks familiar. So the substance within the vial looks familiar to Ruin. The vial and the substance combined, the whole kit and caboodle, look familiar to Aiden and Catacos. Does that make sense now?
Yes. The stuff inside, how would I recognize it? What from?
From talking with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
The not the one that he took on the dance floor, but the little vials that he had with him.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you should imbibe any more of this substance, Aiden.
What? What do you mean?
This is a hunch. I might be wrong. My father had some of this on him, and my sister is behaving, or has been behaving oddly, in precisely the manner that you are right now.
quite oddly for some time, it seems.
Wait, so out of character. I was right. It was that shit.
Y'all
was
don't know
mentioned
nothing.
from the-
You
from the
leave
ping pong-
Aiden alone. Aiden is a
ping pong
pure
demon
soul.
seed.
Mm-hmm.
No, talk about the vials.
Depends on if it's red or blue.
Ruin
And with that,
recognize the shit from that same seed.
with just enough to allow me to use this question, I think I'm gonna spend my connect the dots hold to ask how this mystery connects to the bigger picture. The mystery of the vials in particular.
Yeah,
I will say that
please
I believe
do.
Aiden is a pure soul the day that I believe that Catacos is just here to do his job.
I think there's nothing
Well,
wrong
that works
with
for
Aiden,
me.
and they're extremely attractive for reasons.
That's pretty much it, yeah. I mean, Catacos is just here to do his job, so you just set yourself up for failure there, Pope. So, to how the vials are connected, there's an awful lot of these vials going around, and the vials are being used by vile people. There's also, well, Catacos hasn't given that information, but Catacos has a very vital piece of information that will make this all click into place.
Yo, bars.
Hell yeah. My whole
Beaver vendetta head ass.
But yeah, so I would say, ask Catacos. Ask Catacos
kind of-
about what he learned at breakfast.
I like the idea of her looking around, seeing the vials, closing her eyes, thinking about her father, checking out everyone else, seeing Catacost's reaction of recognition to the vials. You know what these are. What have you seen?
People talk, especially when they don't bother when the servants are around.
We need a bit more than people talk in this instance. If
Yeah,
we
and
are
I
to
don't
solve this problem.
entirely trust that everyone at this table is trying to solve this problem is the thing.
Who do you think might
I mean,
not be trying
at this
to
point,
solve the
I'm just trying
problem?
to find a good place to die, and killing Ruin's family seems like the place.
Honestly, if you want to die, if you want to find a good place to die, if you could find the machine and take it off the aisle, or just somewhere else, before it functions, that would be the place.
Then I just need directions because I am geographically challenged, so to speak. Also, I'm just really not good at solving mysteries. I'm here to punch people.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Quietly and in Cunari, Madalena will ask Catacost who he doesn't believe is trying to solve the mystery.
I don't trust a damn one of you except maybe Reggie, and that's only because he says everything on his mind.
Damn straight.
Wait, is Reggie a Cunari? Or Reggie
Nope.
understands Cunari? Or Cunlot?
No. Catacost would never responded in Cunlot.
Ah, okay. It is valid. Switching back into Orlesian. It is a valid position to take.
It
Mm,
is,
ask.
considering one's drinking it, and who knows what the rest of y'all are up to.
There are other
Who's drinking the vials?
You, I'm sure.
I never said that I was drinking from any vials. That is
Are
an
you?
accusation.
Need to.
Are you?
Do you know what the vials are or not? Would you like to
He's
know?
not.
You're avoiding this question.
Would you like to know what they are?
I would love to.
It is true. It is true that one way to know what they are would be to drink them. Is that how you
Does
found out?
knowing where the files are tell me where the machine is so I can break the thing?
Are we live? Yeah, hello, we are live. Oh my god. I didn't register the here we go for a minute. We are back. Thank you for hanging out. Well, we had some technical difficulties and are still having them with my mouth and brain connection. I am Baba Yaga. We are here with our amazing adventurers. Say hi, amazing adventurers.
Hi, amazing adventure.
Hi,
Hi.
amazing adventurers!
Yay!
Only one
Um,
person.
Two
What?
people.
Well, I guess I'm a person and I'm playing a person, so that would count me as two.
You are both amazing in person and in character.
Good
Um,
math.
Math hurts.
Math does hurt. And I don't know why I did that
I'm-
whole bit like in the voice.
So
I'm too pretty for math, okay?
I'm
So-
pretty. Oh, jeez.
All right,
Moderate.
that's getting clipped.
yep. Folks,
Please clip that.
I'm too pretty for that.
I'm too
we
pretty for math.
speaking of too pretty for math, Aiden's probably pretty good at math, especially specific kinds of math, like distances and how much is in that person's coin pocket. But we last left off with everybody discussing these strange little vials that are not blue, so it's not cidrate. And yeah.
Also, Terrence Standish is a horrible human being. If you didn't know that already, look it up.
Oh
Who's the horrible
no.
human being?
Terrence Standish, the queen who wrote Repo the Genetic Opera.
That's awful. Okay.
All I know is Paris Hilton's in the movie, so I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that.
Terrence won't shut up about how he got to hump her.
Ew. Moving on from essaying your friggin' employees. That's rude and disgusting. But yeah, we are trying to figure out these vials, and the party was moving towards the alchemist lab, but was Aiden moving off somewhere by herself, or was that because she was being followed?
Aiden was getting up to kind of like that she was ready to go.
Oh, okay.
Group was.
Okay, I got that. Okay, I misunderstood that. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, Aiden gets up and everybody's eyes follow her, and they move out of the room, and the rest of the party is just going along with. You're gonna go. Everybody's going to that alchemist lab, or is somebody going elsewhere?
I'm following Aiden.
All right. So yeah, it's you guys walk across the wing of the house. There's staff running around, some of which give Catacos a nod, some of which give Ruin a nod, and it just seems like okay. There's little groups of nobles that are kind of walking around looking at the art pieces. But there doesn't seem to be any like set timetable or any events going on right now. So nobody's trying to rush you anywhere or stop you from moving around. So yeah, after a couple minutes walking across the house, you get to the alchemist lab. Madalena, you immediately clock who you would presume to be the hairs on duty. Just based off of reading like their notes about this is what they saw. You're able to kind of figure that out, who those people might be. You don't know if the people who are stationed at this position. It's just a normal like guard position by one of the more expensive pieces of art. Don't know if they're hairs or not at this moment, but could be. And then yeah, in the alchemist lab, it's gorgeous.
As we enter the alchemist lab, I would like to just quickly tap out an identifier knock, letting the hairs know that I see them and I am with them.
Gotcha.
Just a quick shave and a haircut.
Yeah, you hear like oh, and then a very muffled, like somebody was stumbling, like you could probably maybe they were asleep or something, weren't expecting it, and then scrambled to finish it, to get their 2 bits in. But yeah, and like looking over your shoulder, Madalena can see like one of the guards there's like smacking the other one, trying to wake them up because they've apparently fallen asleep standing up.
I will catch the eye of the wakeful one and cock an eyebrow in a very side-eye manner, just so they know that they have caught my disapproval.
Yeah, just red, instant blush, embarrassment, shame. You can almost smell it. Yeah, they were caught sleeping on the job, literally. And they do not know really who Madalena is, but from that they know like, oh crap, like this is somebody who's higher up the ranks than we are, so to speak, and we just got caught messing up. Crap, there's a lot of heavy implications for that. But yeah, Alchemist Lab is beautiful, well stocked, very clean and orderly. It looks like there's a number of different like projects that are going on. You can't tell if they're all by the same person or they're different people. They're in various stages of completion. Like one station just has like ingredients out, another one has some that are, refined down, another one that had different ingredients that are mixed. You get the picture. This is huge. Like you could teach a class in here. And yeah, there's basically all sorts of equipment that's spread out across the middle of the room, and on the edges of the room are just towering bookcases that are full of ingredients as well as books.
I have a question. Less about the alchemist's lab and more just pertinent to the situation that we find ourselves in. About the vials, now that we know what they are, could I read a bad situation to... I have a particular question that I'd like to ask from that list.
Yeah.
Similarly, I would like to hit my ping button. I don't know what it is in actual Dragon Age, but that button that you push that makes the little thing go ding and light up anything of interest, since you gave me that ability. It's not on my forged sheet, and you actually roll. Instead of
the detective sets from Batman.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
The one question, I got a 9.
Yep.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed about the vials?
Yes.
I love it as a GM when I can give a single word answer like that, and it's not helpful at all, but it makes everyone freak out.
I could expand on that a little bit for you,
I
but
would
not a
love-
lot. I don't know if it will make it better.
I would love a little bit of expansion because
The vials represent a mortal danger that is more than mortal.
More than mortal.
Well, like you have your mortal being, and then in Dragon Age you have spirits and whatnot.
I I feel like
Aiden.
you were trying to do the wordplay thing again, and it just didn't work this time.
No, I honestly wasn't. I take way more time to consider that. No, I was trying to figure, like, it's not immortal. It's not like and it's not a soul, so it's more than mortal. There's
You're better than me. I just do it off the top of my head.
I am now judging you so hard for drinking drinking one of those vials. I have no idea. I have no actual proof that you've done it, but I am judging you so hard for having drunk at least one of those vials.
Me?
No, not you, Aiden.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, wait, is Aiden in the room with us?
Vials?
Yeah.
What vials? Yeah, Aiden came in.
Oh, we all came together.
Yeah,
Yep.
we all did. That was Sophie. Yeah, sorry. Rouen is just kind of looking at wherever the vials have been placed and thinking very intently as we walk in.
Oh, okay. While you're doing that, I tap Aiden on the shoulder.
Hmm.
Take it.
Interesting.
I don't say take it, but
Right. Aiden will take the note and read it. Like, yes, you may.
Oh.
Madeline is 100% going to try to read that note.
thank you. That's been bothering me for like 5 minutes now.
Hmm. And we'll just kind of pat them on the shoulder.
That does my heart some good, and I'm not sure why. I'm not going to question it for now, though. Good. Anyway.
Yeah, I just sent the result. We had a partial success for the one thing. So Madalena's kind of like scanning around the room. What's everybody else doing?
Hmm.
I'm kind of just glancing around the room and going... I have a look on my face that obviously says, like, what the fuck are these nerds up to? And when do I get to hit things?
I'd like to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
It's not my look, because I just told you.
I'm walking to the far corner of the room.
I got a 10. First, what is being concealed here?
Instantly, like you're scanning, looking around the room, having at this point traveled the secret passages pretty extensively, you immediately notice where you think that there's an entrance into one of those passages. Actually, back in the corner that Madalena's headed into, kind of like catty corner from where you're standing, in the far corner of the room. Yeah, so that's what's concealed that you immediately pick up on.
Sent you a DM, bodyguard.
Second and final question. What happened here as we're kind of looking around?
Yeah. Well, you can tell one thing that's happened here quite recently, is that somebody has been attacked. Like walking, you can't see it from the entrance, but walking around at one of the stations, there's a really large stain of blood, and it's fairly recent. And it's, yeah. So that's happened here, and then like as yeah, so that happened, casual murder as one does. And then you also look up and you can see Madalena is standing next with like core back to you, but standing next to one of the tables. And Co seems to be holding something.
What did you find?
You have the eyes of an albatross. Ruin.
Is that a good or a bad thing? I don't even know what an albatross looks like.
Albatross is a big bird that flies in the sky and spots fish down in below the sea.
Do they taste good?
Albatross? Or the
Yeah.
fish?
Yes.
They're all
I've never eaten albatross, but I'm sure they think the fish tastes good.
They
hope
are
so.
also bad luck. The only thing that is worse luck than an albatross following your ship is
Mikkel.
killing the albatross following your ship.
It's Mikkel.
I was
Mikkel
so
is
talking
the only
about
thing worse.
albatrosses.
No.
I
I would
hesitate
be-
to tell you. Go ahead, Sophia. Sorry.
I would be quite fine being called a bad luck omen after everything that has occurred lately.
Well, like I said, the only thing that is worse luck is killing the albatross that is following your ship. I
Nope.
hesitate. to
Still
tell you-
Mikkel.
I hesitate to tell you what I found, for fear of what one of our number might do if they knew it was around.
I see.
Mikkel destroyed my kingdom. There is nothing worse than Mikkel.
Reggie, please.
Reggie, I have lost
You know?
many people
Okay.
very dear to me, and do you hear me going on and on about it?
Did you lose your whole kingdom, Magdalena?
How
I had a
privileged.
kingdom of 2 people, and they are both gone. Shut up.
I have a kingdom of thousands. You shut up.
That is my point. I have been. Now, the point is, this table here is the important table to be looking at.
Reggie?
Indeed it is.
You see that there's a bunch of these little red vials all over the table.
Okay. What's important about these vials then? Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Food's here.
Don't.
Okay, well, pause
Hello?
that. Friggin' food delivery, perfect timing.
Reggie is food driven. We can establish that in
Yep.
chat. This is just life imitating art, imitating life.
Mhm.
Like at this moment, there's this like staff that walks by with like a plate of hors d'oeuvres,
Oh.
and Reggie just zoom out the door.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Are these
If-
the
if
same
the vials are-
vials?
Yes, these are the same vials.
Madalena is watching it.
There's a lot
Just
of
to say.
them, right? Like, how many
Yeah.
are there on the table?
So on the table, it looks like somebody was taking like the empties and pouring the last dregs out and like collecting those up. So like there's
Oh.
does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, there's like several dozen of these. And again, they're all basically empty except for the ones where you can tell that they've like been refilling those ones. Like they're set up on a stand and all that.
Is there some way for me to, I don't know if it's a roll that I would do to see if I can tell if these vials were made, like if the substance in the vials was made here, most likely? Is that what it's looking like?
It doesn't, whatever's in the vials doesn't look like it's being made, at least on
Okay.
this table. This
Okay.
looks more like they've been collecting, like I said, collecting the empties and kind of
Right.
pouring the leftovers.
Okay.
But there are other tables to look at. You know, if you wanted to peel off while
I think Aiden would peel off and start looking around, like looking at the other tables and specifically looking for that.
Okay, perfect. All right. What's everybody else doing? So you have these things. We know that people are watching Aiden, but you have this setup essentially in front of you. So yeah.
Yelling at Magdalena still.
I
How many of those thousands in your kingdom had skin that left burning tattoos upon your skin when it touched, and lips that contained within them all the secrets of the stars?
I don't know, but many of them won't be born now. And
can
it's all
I
thanks to Mikkel.
open the secret passage, please?
I don't take dispensers
While
for my
this is
kingdom.
happening, just
All I
silently.
do is take care of them. Because I'm their leader.
Yep. Catacost, are you going with?
That part out of character. Like, Reggie doesn't know this shit. All Reggie knows is that his kingdom is gone and it's Mikkel's fault. And he's failed his people. So he's like out of character. He's just pissed. And nothing anybody's going to tell him is going to make sense. Just so you know where I'm coming from.
Oh yeah, I got that. You're just running up against Madalena's like, your kingdom is an abstract concept. My lovers touched my flesh.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand that. Like,
That's what you're running up against Madalena.
Okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what are they talking about?
You're like, this is 2 people versus thousands. Why is this a problem? No, this is 2 of the people I love most in the world versus thousands of people that mean very little to you.
No. The thing out of character about Reggie is that individually, like, each person matters to him. Like, he doesn't take much things seriously, but he does take his kingdom very, very fucking seriously. If I haven't been able to convey that as an actor, that's my fault.
No, I hear that in your tone. Anyway,
Okay.
Open the secret passage.
Madalena's eyes flick behind you, so they open the secret passage.
It's a secret passage. It's a hallway that leads off somewhere.
I just gesture.
Yes, well, there are many of those. How do we know that this one is relevant? And like, it's a very cold, like, in the middle of the argument, and then just flip to a calm statement to Ruben.
We don't. But this is our only lead.
Are you sure there is nothing you can learn from this workstation? You're the one who knows these things.
Wait, hold on.
I think we might
Like,
know.
mid yelling at Magdalena, I hear something about this is our only lead, and I stop. Lead?
That's probably when you realize that at some point you started yelling at Madalena's back because Code just turned to talk to Ruin.
Why do people keep disappearing on me while I'm yelling at them? What the fuck?
I love it. I love it so much.
Also,
but
what
Cody
is
didn't walk
wrong with
away.
Reggie's
Cody just
attention
turned.
span
As
when
you-
this happens to him, like,
if you-
regularly at this
as he-
point.
As Reggie looks up, not only does he notice he's been talking to Madalena's back, there is an open secret passageway right in front of him.
I'm starting to think maybe I should take more personal accountability for Mikkel's crimes. Because clearly my perception is fucked. Where did that door come from?
I pushed. I'm not going to explain it to you. It was a secret passage that was put in for servants to gain access to rooms a little easier.
Wait, is this one of those
Yes,
kingdoms where the kings
his
can't
plan.
fight, so they have to rely on things like this? I've read about them, but I've never thought I'd come to one.
Well, that's one part of it, I suppose.
Wow, I am so intrigued. I love learning about other cultures.
I can
Glad for
tell.
you. In any case,
Okay.
and
If
to
I
answer
could, real quick, sorry to interrupt. If I could just have everybody make a read a bad situation check super fast.
yay.
I love this story. This story makes me so happy.
I'm just seeing something. It's totally fine. Everything is a-okay.
The name of the move is read a bad situation. You cannot assure us that this is fine.
Well, it's more just like looking at it and it's like, yeah, it's a sharp and like, yeah, these are, yeah, this is a like, yeah.
Uh, 9, I think.
11.
Was it 11?
You
Am I
rolled
typing?
twice,
No,
Reginald.
Yeah.
Reggie
They
rolled
came up
twice.
9 both times.
No,
N-
If the second one came up 9 again, then you might need to refresh Foundry. You might need to refresh the website because it's 9 and 11. Womp. Anyway, this is appropriate. Okay, cool. Continue on. Everything is fine.
even
Nothing is bad.
we got an 11 and a 12 on some of ours. Damn. All
Yeah.
right.
I'm watching my DMs.
Yeah, that's something that's happening for me too. Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Wait, is that 11 especially good in the system?
Yeah. It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
Yeah.
This is like those perception rolls where like you're rolling perception
What?
over and over and over again, and the GM's trying to tell you there's literally nothing there. But I got a 49. I'm telling you, there's actually nothing there. We don't trust you.
What? Everything is okay.
Her hand doesn't make it into her pocket.
Not near you.
Damn it!
I was gonna ask if it was the thing that I think it is, or if it's something different.
Yeah, no, it just not close enough to really tell. And yeah, not near you.
Yeah.
Is it Magdalena? Because it's definitely Magdalena.
Totally. Always.
Cool, my 11 worked.
Gonna, in that case, share a knowing look with Magdalena, and
You get a small nod.
I move to flank Aiden.
Yep, backing you up.
Well, it looks like that they were making what was in the vials here. And she'll motion to the material, the components that she found that are on the table still.
Are you going to make us rifle through your pockets, or are you going to give it up now?
Girl can try, can't she? And she'll hand over the vial.
Black
That
Widow
was-
mask.
That
I
was
do
just
not believe
perfect.
Love that for you.
A girl can try. It's true. Well, actually, I'll ask: is that actually what you were pocketing? Because I have that move that detects lies.
I mean,
Okay.
everlasting, longevity? Wouldn't you want it if you could have it?
Not at this
No.
cost.
No, I would not.
It's just
I
a
have-
liquid.
It's not just that.
Hmm.
This is
Honestly,
damaging.
living
I guess I
forever
just
knowing that I
don't-
failed everyone that I care about is not something I'd want, so I wouldn't drink it either. Just saying.
I guess I just don't understand the situation then. That was just something to
Yeah,
drink.
makes two of us, darling. Darling, when did I start using it? Especially in terms for short people.
But the important thing,
We all
you have
try
it now. The important thing is that they were, possibly important, I don't know, they were making the stuff here, it seems.
We have a person attacked. We have making the vials. We have
Yes.
the liquid is very red.
Yes.
It is
How many
really
layers?
red. I actually kind of like the color. Can I look at it?
How many layers of
Closer.
blood are in that stain?
I don't
Does
know, but
anyone
blood is
here-
awesome.
Does anyone here have the knowledge to know? Because I will
Can I
let you
sniff it?
know that your sister would spend hours here, calling in the servants, detaining them for hours. And when they left, they were quite must.
Mm.
This reeks of dangerous things.
He needs to die.
The stain on the floor is approximately like a day old.
Hey, Baba, who's got the file right now?
I believe Ruin does.
That would make sense. She's holding it out
Madalena
in the
has-
open.
Oh, Madalena has it. Okay,
Madalena
sorry.
has that. Okay.
Madalena has one. Madalena picked up one and was pocketing it that Ruin noticed. And then Aiden was pocketing another.
Oh, and then who took it from Aiden?
Aiden just held it out for someone to take.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I need to see that.
You don't want to drink this.
I didn't say anything about drinking it. I need to see it.
I'm handing it to you.
Thanks. I drink it
You fucking immediately?
immediately.
No, you do not, because Madalena would strike.
Magdalena
Oh.
will try.
Yeah, Madalena would try. Oh, because you gotta roll it. Okay.
It's just got interesting.
Right. So just
I'm more
keep
interested in
eating.
what's in this bottle. Jesus Christ, look at that color. It just as I say as I start knocking it backwards.
So what am I rolling here? Kicking some ass?
Yep.
Acting under pressure to make it stop? Like,
It depends. If you wanna actually hurt him in this attempt, then it's kick some ass. If you want to stop him from being able to imbibe it, it's act under pressure.
This also feels like a protect someone moment. At least from Ruin's perspective.
I don't know. Maybe try
I
solving a
prefer
mystery
act
again.
under
That was-
pressure. I prefer act under pressure, and give me a moment to do a wee bit of math here.
A wee bit of math.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll act under pressure +3. Baba Yaga, I am using my bottle it up, so you're gonna get
Nice.
hold 3 that you can use against me.
Beautiful.
And then I roll a fucking 11.
Heck.
Nice.
So that was a total of a 15. It is sadly not advanced. And a dagger. You don't see where the dagger came from. There is suddenly a dagger in your sleeve, pinning it to bookshelf next to you, and Madalena's hand on the vial as you uncork it, removing it from you. Now, you just said you did not want to drink this.
I lied. Can't I do that every once in a
know.
while? You people lie all the time.
Hey, you lied. I just caught you.
Fair point.
You don't want to be fucking around with blood magic, Reggie.
Yes.
I don't know what a blood magic is, but
Dang.
I want whatever is in this thing. I'm really fucking
No.
thirsty right now.
Demon blood?
Most likely.
Never had
You're
that before.
thirsty,
Sounds
you
fucking
drink chaotic
delicious.
stroke liquor.
I don't know.
You ever see what it does to a person?
Nope. But you guys have
can't-
seen what happens to people that disappoint me.
You disappoint yourself taking that shit. Spoil an entire
Oh.
kingdom.
Fucking
Choose your
bird.
words more carefully.
I am. That shit destroys people. Completely. No matter what the temporary benefits are.
Rowan is just going to look from her to Aiden, give a pointed stare, and then turn back to the situation at hand.
Aiden keeps a slight smile.
My kingdom.
Madalena has grown quiet and is just watching.
I start to put the vial down.
I took the vial from you.
Oh. I start to walk away from the vial.
Rowan claps her hands. Well, wasn't this a lovely little adventure? Now can we please move our way down the hallway? The lovely, dark, dank hallway that my sister has most likely gone down.
Let's go.
Thank you.
What's the marching order through the long, dank hallway?
Rowan is gesturing towards the thing and is going to be in the back, if at all possible.
No, Madalena won't let you be back.
I'm gonna go front.
The one person that she will allow being behind her.
Catacos is waiting until everyone's down the hall.
I'm gonna go after Reggie.
You doing what?
I'm going after Reggie in the marching order.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, you know Reggie will protect you.
Does she?
If anybody looks at Madalena, you will notice a very, very dark and sour look on her face.
Leaning back. Talk to me.
No.
Clear and to the point, as always.
That is not a sentence that has been said about me.
It has been with your conversations with me.
You are interested in giving yourself over to the tide. It allows a little freer of speech. Bobby, I'm going to send you a detail. You can decide if people know it or not.
Okay.
I am
Oh.
unhappy. That is what you're saying.
Yes.
And I imagine you are happy. And that is why you care.
No. I am unhappy, and I like to commiserate.
I
Yes,
only
I
heard that
imagine
part.
that's you.
That makes two of us.
I imagine you shared some care for your sister, yes.
I sincerely hope her partner doesn't know what she's up to.
Complicated look crosses, like in tiny details, crosses her face. It would perhaps be better. Well, you are unhappy because of something that you do not want, that you want to not want. I am unhappy because of something I do not want to want.
I have been there.
What do you think is going on with Ada?
I think that she very clearly consumed one of these vials, in the same way that I am fairly certain that my sister has. And potentially my father, although he seems the type to keep it until a situation is dire.
I do not think that Narciso drank of this. He was uncertain in ways he had never been before.
So this hallway that you guys are walking through, leads out to the gardens, and you can see like off to like your left, as I'm waving my right hand because whatever rules. You can see off to your left the greenhouses. Like there's a little cluster of 3 greenhouses that Aiden and Catacos both recognize as greenhouses they've been recently looking at.
Listening carefully, do I hear any rhythmic beating? Rhythmic metallic beating?
You do, and for a second your heart races, and then you realize that it is in fact like somebody working. The rhythm falters, and it's enough that it really sends you over for a second because you're like, holy shit, it's here. But yeah, it there doesn't seem to be any machines, like, and you don't really know quite what it looks like. If it's the form that you saw it in is the final form, or if it like anything like that, but you don't see anything similar out here. Could be in a greenhouse. There's a couple of storage buildings that you'd have to get closer to try to listen in for that noise. But yeah, it's kind of like the view that we have here in the Theater of the Mind thing, where there's a fountain that's bubbling in front of you, and just big flower gardens, and the faux ancient walls like that rich people put up back in the day.
Are there any clues, any tracking clues to suggest where folks may have gone from here?
Yeah, there's multiple paths that go from like this spot. This is, and you can tell this is a servant's passageway, but the one that is the most traveled kind of goes along this wall that you've come out on, and looking down you can see that they've put a whole bunch of supplies, like kind of push them up against the walls of the house, in this one section only, because it's not viewable from any windows. And the path that seems the most traveled looks like it goes down and around, like scoops around the greenhouses, versus going directly to them. And Catacos would, after a couple of moments, would recognize like this is the end path of the path that he was taking earlier this morning. Mm-hmm. Like you're on the opposite end of it now, but this is the same path that you were taking earlier.
Would I be able to pick out the greenhouse that I had heard yelling from earlier?
Yeah, it's the biggest. It's the biggest one there. It's like 3 times the size of the other greenhouses.
On an off note, Reggie is visibly shaking right now. Why do I smell? What's that? Orange and ginger? It's delectable.
Do we smell that?
Are you gonna take a deep, big inhale and find out?
Oh, fuck. Can I make a read a bad situation roll before I do that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, one has to smell deeply in order to sense, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Thank
of
the
some-
gods for fucking +3. Any dangers we haven't noticed?
You don't smell orange and ginger, but tell me, what was Ruin's like favorite special treat from childhood?
Favorite special treat.
For food.
Yeah. I think I would wager something chocolatey. It was a very rare thing when they got to have it.
See, it smells like the richest and creamiest hot cocoa that every 7-year-old dreams of on a really cold winter's day. Just the best. Like one sip and you're warm head to toe. But yeah, there's danger afoot. It smells delicious out here.
Yeah. Smells like an old drink from my hometown. We called it cherub.
That's not what I'm smelling. You all may be wise to resist the temptations of your nostrils.
Do I smell anything, Baba Yaga?
Yeah, again, it's like the smell of your favorite drink. What is it?
A favorite drink?
Yeah, or favorite treat, just like the favorite flavor would be the best way to put it.
Probably something confectionery vanilla. Okay.
Like the most delectable little vanilla cake with the vanilla glazing and icing on it and yeah. Sorry, now I'm just picturing all this food and I'm really hungry.
Stop it.
Jagermeister, the smell that you messaged me about, does this match that for me?
Yes, but your own version of it. So, what does Madalena smell?
Well, you all know what Madalena smells. Preserved anchovies and Sophia's hair.
Yep. Catacos, you're literally above all of this by quite a bit. Are you breathing in deeply when you hear all these short people and Reggie talk about their delicious smells?
I think like the first hint that they're smelling something that is definitely not out here, it would just about the exact opposite. He would probably even cover his nose.
Perfect. Yep, that's what I figured. That's some magic bullshit. He doesn't get paid enough for that.
Especially since this is like in the area that last night had that thinness in it, right?
Bobby Yaga, is this, I don't think this is something that I smelled last night, correct? Is this something new?
This is okay. So there's two different trying to figure out how to say this without giving the game away.
Sure.
Yes, it is very similar
Okay.
to what you smelled last night.
Okay.
But possibly weren't aware of because of the
Okay.
overall situation. And it would have been like a lot less strong than what you're able to pick up on now.
Okay. Gotcha.
All I know is that it's coming behind me.
I believe it's just some sort of magic.
So what do you think?
No, this is dangerous. I don't like it.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
just a
know.
smell. It's fine.
It's growing on me.
Forgive me if I don't trust your judge of character.
My character's unshakable.
Right, she wasn't talking to you.
I've been doing that a lot lately, and I apologize.
You are quite alright, friend.
Thank you. Truly.
Do we want to investigate anything?
I'm gonna keep walking because I don't really have the tools for this, and I've been told not to worry about it, and I know that's something I need to punch is ahead of me. So unless something changes, I'm gonna keep moving.
Madalena will pull out that flask of artichoke liquor, one-handed open it, take a big swig. One hand close it, and put it back.
I turn my head and look at you just for a moment, and then I keep going.
All right. So
Madalena will follow.
all right. So Madalena and Reggie are headed off. Are you going to take the well-traveled path that kind of swoops to the left, so you'd be going really far left, down around the greenhouses, or are you going to be going through one of the garden paths?
We're tracking someone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I need to be rolling something because I think I might have a clue about how to track somebody I want to kill. Where the fuck is my character sheet?
Rowan is also with those two. I don't think that she's leaving Madalena's side unless things go really, really weird.
Here's my character sheet. Okay.
She needs a buddy.
Let's see.
Okay. And Catacos and Aiden, are you going to be following along with this merry party, or investigating on your own, or turning around and going to bed?
Oh, actually, Baba, before I do the tracking roll, I kind of had a hunch because just like Catacos said, everybody smelled something different. And it's kind of bothering me that I'm being distracted right now, given my current situation, which normally something like this would make me hyper-focused. I want to use Occam's broadsword.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
when I first encounter something strange, which I think disqualifies, I may ask you what sort of thing it is. You're going to tell me if it or the cause is natural, an unnatural creature, a weird phenomenon, or a person, and I gain +1 forward for dealing with it.
Beautiful. Yeah. That and that, folks, is why you don't have mysteries and stuff pinned around like one or two singular things. Yeah, so you get a +1 on vile checks. Anything related to to like figuring stuff out about the vials, to like if you have to like, I don't know, maybe resist something, or like anything that has to do with a vial check, you get +1 going forward because of that.
Okay, cool. So let's see. Beyond that, I want to. Not that, because that would not work for me at all. I guess I'm just investigating a mystery if I want to.
Yeah.
I want to track somebody down, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Sick.
10.
Yep, and that actually turns into a 12 because you get +1 for sharp, and then the +1 because this is related to the vials. Reggie is very much a trained fighter, and even though it's mostly on the tourney, he still has spent enough time up in the mountains to know how to hunt and track. And
Baba, I am a trained professional warrior
Right,
outside
I know.
of various situations. I get hired by other kingdoms to fix their problems.
True, I forgot about that aspect of Reggie. My apologies, good sir. Yeah, it doesn't take very long at all to be able to be like, okay, so this is the most recent set of footprints. This is the one, and you track down. There's 4 sets that, so like on 4 different occasions, people have exited this passageway in the last like 12 hours. It does
Take
the
half of the deepest strengths.
Yeah, they they're all going on the same path. They're all going through the garden, but towards the greenhouse.
Then we go that way. Or at least I do, and I just assume everyone's following me.
Is everybody just following the big boy?
I mean,
Madalena is eyeing to see if there are any workers around, just for resource tracking.
Yes, there are a number of gardeners doing their things. Like this is a full-on garden at an estate. And yeah, you recognize the shaggy head of one of them.
Things seem to be moving too quickly for me to make use of that resource at the moment, but I definitely pay Claude.
Yeah,
And follow.
go ahead, Steph.
I was going to say that Aiden probably would have, because she didn't follow the group, she probably would have started going towards the greenhouse independently.
Yeah. I don't have to ask where did it go because I see footsteps, right? Because I
Yep.
get the 2 hold.
You can see that this is where, but Aiden's taken their own path. Much through life.
I don't care.
So, Jagermeister-
Because I see footsteps towards something
Yeah.
that I need to break.
So
I would like to hide in the bushes next to the greenhouse so that I can see in, but I cannot be seen.
that's definitely doable. Right now, you're like a quarter of a mile off. You have a couple minutes of walking if you're going to do slow walking, or if you wanted to run. You could be there faster. But people would also notice that there was somebody running through the gardens.
I keep pace with Reggie.
I want to spend
until we
a
get close
hold
to the
to ask what was it going to do.
Which it?
Whoever these footsteps belong to.
Gotcha.
I can tell by how far spaced out they are. Like, were
Yeah.
they in a hurry? If how deep the imprints were tells me if they're wearing armor or not, that kind of thing.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it, and we'll see what you get.
I already did.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I see one
this-
from
this
4
game
minutes
is-
ago.
No, to investigate a mystery, I can spend a hold to ask
Oh.
the question.
Sorry, you didn't do all your holds. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do any holds.
Yeah. No.
Just spend one.
My bad. So yeah, you can see that there have been A number of what you're guessing is probably the staff, probably the servants, because it seems to be like ill-made shoes that aren't really shoes. It's like pieces of leather that are bound around feet type of thing. And from the yeah, but with that, intermixed with that, there is one set of what appears to be like feminine, like adult woman size shoes, and like looking at the gate and everything, and looking at Ruin, it's like, yeah, I mean, about this, if we're assuming that her sister is a roughly the same size that she is, yeah, definitely could be her prince.
Heels, flat, anything specific
Flats.
about
And what
Okay.
seems to be like a hem, either of a skirt or of a cloak that's dragging.
So yeah, the dirt is a little bit separated from where the feet would be, from where they drag. Interesting. Yeah. I think I might know where your sister is, Ruin. You should prepare your last words for her.
What?
You don't notice. Look at these footprints.
No,
Look how the dirt's being moved.
I see.
There's not too many people that wear outfits about that size.
What would you say?
What would I say?
In
I don't know. She's not my
Mm.
family.
Well, if it was your family,
My family would never do what your sister did.
you're unfortunately correct. I'm sure.
However, if they did, I would read them our creed, just as I did Mikkel. Because that creed is a reminder for all Scarsborough and all of our family and our friends, our servants, all of the citizens of what we stand for.
So,
And
If
they
you
would
would-
know that they betrayed that cause. And what I'm going to do to them is their just rewards. So perhaps find your own variation of that. And before I strike your sister down, you can tell them. I'll give you that much.
I won't.
Cole won't.
I thank you for your advice.
And if you take it, I'm often right. So
Yeah.
you will get +1 ongoing.
Wait. Hold on. So if I take your advice, I get +1 ongoing.
Yep.
I have contrary, so if I don't take your advice, I get +1 ongoing.
I love it.
This makes me so happy.
This whole episode has made me so happy. Right. So y'all are going through the garden. Go ahead.
If Madeline gets a moment as we go through the gardens to hang back and just mention to Ruin real quick. Just we'll quickly ask, what did you smell again?
What did I smell?
Yes.
I didn't say, but hot chocolate.
Good to know.
Was a drink from home, as it was for Reggie. As I'm assuming it is for you and for all here.
Oh, for me, it is something they used to eat quite regularly.
Mm.
Two things I used to eat quite regularly. Did you drink it alone?
No.
Who
Well-
did you drink it with?
I did. But it made me feel like I was connected to the family when I did. My mother would rarely, when traders came into town with the stuff, she would make hot chocolate, and it was a late night snack in the winter months.
Perhaps we should drink some hot chocolate once this is over.
Perhaps I would like that.
It is good to be connected to those you have lost. But you haven't lost them yet. Let's get back to business, shall we?
Let's make sure I do.
As you guys are saying that, you're walking past some gardeners who like hear you and like instantly recognize the tone and like they give each other looks like holy shit and like very much avoid making eye contact with the two of you. Not the first time they've had nobles walking through who they perceive to be nobles walking through the gardens talking about, just casually killing people.
After a couple more minutes, Ruin, you will very quietly, only for your ears, hear, "I'm sorry," and feel a thin tubular length of glass in your hand with no rubber stopper.
Yes.
And I think that's
wait.
Okay, yeah.
It is full. It is full. There is still liquid in it.
Again.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to say.
Heart
Oh
stops
my gosh.
briefly,
Right?
dumps it out on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Ellie, that's where we're stopping, you said, right?
That's where we're stopping is in the process of it because maybe something happens when it hits the ground. Yeah, so thank y'all very much. This has been Search for the Scarlet Letters, and we have found many scarlet things. Players, oh man. Sorry, there's just so much good stuff that happened tonight that I'm so happy about. Let's go in reverse order. So Sophia, can you please explain who you are, what you do, where we can find you?
Hi, I'm Sophia Esther. I do far too much, and yet post about it very little. If you want to find me, you can find me anywhere at aka_sketch. I have been playing Rouen, Soraya, who has a very complicated family life, evidently, and a conspiratorial mind. Yeah.
And who's in the middle of pouring out a suspicious red vial onto the ground in the open.
It has no stopper. I'm not
True.
going to carry that in my pocket.
You can drink it.
It's fine.
Why would I do that?
Well, it has no stopper, so it needs to be stopped up somewhere. Your tummy
It smells
works.
like chocolate.
The best chocolate. Alice.
To me, it smells like cherry, but
Hi guys, my name is Alice. I use they them pronouns. Tonight I was playing Catacost, who really is here for a job and keeps getting pulled into all this rich people bullshit. You can find me everywhere online at Alice Hart or Hellion Hart. You can see me next on Saturday. I'm going to be running a game of Old Gods of Appalachia entitled Red Like Blood and River Clay over on my friend Sarah's channel. Sarah does stuff as part of her Twitchiversary. Outside of that, got a few things going on in August over at Lost Caravan on the 12th. We haven't actually put out the casting call yet, but I'm going to be running a game of Trophy Dark as part of our Caravan of Cthulhu Charity Week. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you'd like to be a part of a full week of horrors. Horrors. One word I am horrible at pronouncing.
It's so hard.
And then starting on the 23rd, I'm going to be part of the campaign for Cyberpunk Red, Fall of the House of Red. And a few other things I can't talk about just yet, but if you keep an eye out on social media, you'll definitely hear about them there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alice. And Pope, what about you?
That's me.
Hold
That's
on,
me.
hold on.
I have 19 different names. One of those names is Emily Loretta Flummox. And I use 3 different sets of pronouns. One of the set of pronouns is Fae, Femme, Fear, Fierce, Femself. And I have been playing your completely innocent and very love-lost Antivan Cunari. Madalena Di Flago. I am a TTRPG content creator of almost every stripe, as well as a short fiction writer and a poet. You can hire me. Did you know that? To run games for you. Pretty much any game you want. I am a professional game master, specializing in kink culture centering campaigns. I currently have seats available in a Mage the Awakening game and a Fate game inspired by such things as Eyes Wide Shut and The Ninth Gate. You can also watch me play games on the internet and run games on the internet. I am in this game. I know. How would anyone know that? I am in Breaking Neon over on Singularity Roleplay, and I will soon be hosting a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians here on Enchanting Sorcery Productions called The Tragedies of Waldron Hall, a gothic horror romance prequel to my magical girl anime series of Thirsty Sword Lesbians on this channel. So keep an eye out for that. We're in the middle of session 0ing for that. But most immediately, and perhaps most awesomely, over on a channel some of you may not have heard of. Their name is Baba Yaga, which is twitch.tv/Baba Yaga Creative. Just tomorrow night. That is tomorrow night. That is in less than 24 hours. I will be running a charity game of Vampire the Masquerade as the last fundraiser of the season for the San Francisco Goth AIDS Walk team. Even without this, we reached the 15th highest fundraising team in the San Francisco AIDS Walk, raising almost $6,000.
Oh no.
Oh
No.
No.
We actually the goth team has raised just over 6,000 now. But yeah, we're doing this show with some giveaways for viewers. I thought Faye was coming back in for a sec. And we have some prizes. We have in-game stuff that will affect the players. And yeah, we'll just generally be hanging out and doing some just absolute vampire madness. I've been privy to a little bit, and it's going to be so much fun. Yeah, we'll go on to Steph.
Hi. Yeah. I also play a completely innocent character in this campaign, Aiden. Yeah, you can catch me alternating Wednesdays. So next Wednesday we'll have a game here on this channel in the Findelver campaign. You can also catch me over at Mapbird Streams every Friday and Saturday night. Starting here in a couple of weeks, we're going to come back from hiatus on a couple of campaigns over there. There you go.
Yay. And Fall on My Blade.
Hey, Fall on My Blade. You can find me at Fall on My Blade on Twitter, where I talk about Honestly, I don't have a theme anymore, but I used to talk about game design a lot. But yeah, I'm a game designer. I make games about petting puppies and punching bad guys. My core flagship title is called Tidebreaker, and if you like that kind of thing, you can get it at tidebreakerrpg.com. I was playing Reginald Scarsborough. That's Lord to you peasants. But he would never actually say that. He's not that kind of guy, to be honest. He just bullies people sometimes, a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, I thought I was going to be playing a much sadder person today, but now I'm just playing an angry person because fucking Mikhail. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a fun night.
It has. Go ahead.
And yeah, that's it. You know where to find me. You know who I'm playing.
It's been a hoot, and I linked Tidebreaker in the chat because it really is a really good RPG. Fun. It's fun to play.
Meister,
Yeah.
You should also plug your own channel in chat so that people know where to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I should do that.
Hey, your connection came back.
You noticed.
I did. It's the first thing I did notice today. I've just been off my game today. Sorry.
And just to add, since my connection got broken, if I may, that the game tomorrow will be featuring all local San Francisco goths, hence the SF Goth AIDS Walk team, including 2 award-winning horror writers, Jonathan Fortin and Sumiko Salson, award-winning Afro-surrealist and horror writer who in 2023 was nominated for the Bram Stoker Award for Poetry Collection, which is literally the highest award in horror writing. So you should check that out, because they're playing vampires and drinking blood. It's called Bitten on the Dock of the Bay. Bitten on the Dock of the Bay.
Oh my gosh, it took so much
Drinking
to type that out.
blood.
Okay.
Bitten on the Dock of the Bay.
No,
Wasting
We can't do it for reals, guys. We'll get in trouble.
I was faking it. I was joking. I wasn't singing the actual song.
Yeah, but the two.
Channel's about to be taken down.
I did.
Uh,
No,
You ruined everything.
no. I am Baba Yaga. I'm going to be producing for the thing tomorrow with the vampires and the charity. You can catch me here. You can catch me in August on Lost Caravan on Monday nights playing Fallout, which is going to be amazing. You can also catch me at some point in the near future being GM and hopefully player. We'll find out. But for the Rose Court Project, which is a new fun Thirsty Swords Lesbians game. The tournament, actually. It's a tournament of champions that we're doing. That's super fun. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tonight and hanging out with us.